The first chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, known as Arjuna Vishada Yoga or the Yoga of Arjuna's despair, sets the stage for one of humanity's most profound spiritual dialogues. This chapter contains 47 verses and describes the circumstances that lead to Lord Krishna's divine discourse to Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Dhritarashtra said, "O Sanjay, what did my sons and the sons of Pandu do after assembling on the holy field of Kurukshetra, eager for battle?" Verse 2 Sanjay said, "At that time, King Duryodhana, on seeing the army of the Pandavas arrayed for battle, approached his teacher Dronacharya and spoke these words. O teacher, behold this huge army of the sons of Pandu, arrayed by your wise disciple, the son of Drupada, Dhrishtdyumna. In this army are mighty archers and warriors equal to Bhima and Arjuna in battle, heroes like Satyaki, Virat, and the great warrior King Drupada. Also present are Drishtaketu, Chekatana, the powerful king of Kashi, Purujit, Kuntibhoja, and Shabya, the best among men. Mighty Yudhamyu, powerful Uttamoja, Abhimyu, son of Subhadra, and the 5 sons of Draupadi, all of these are great chariot warriors." Verse 7. O greatest among Brahmanas, know those who are the chief commanders on our side as well. For your information, I will tell you about the leaders of my army. Verse 8 Yourself, Dronacharya, grandfather Bhishma, Karna, Kripacharya who is victorious in battle, Ashwathama, Vikarn, and Bhurishrava, the son of Somaditta. Verse 9. There are also many other heroes who are ready to give up their lives for my sake. They are equipped with various kinds of weapons and all are skilled in the strategy of warfare. Verse 10. That army of ours, guarded by Bhishma Pitama, is invincible in every manner, whereas this army of the Pandavas, guarded by Bhima, is easily conquerable. Verse 11. Therefore, all of you must guard Bhishma Pitamaha in particular from all directions, stationed in your respective positions on all battlefronts. Verse 12. The oldest among the Kauravas, the highly valiant Bhishma Pitama, very loudly blew a conch shell, making a sound like the roar of a lion, giving rise to joy in Duryodhana's heart. Verse 13. After that, conch shells, kettle drums, tabors, drums, and horns all blared forth at once. Their sound became tumultuous. Verse 14 Thereafter, seated in a great chariot equipped with white horses, Sri Krishna Maharaj and Arjuna blew their celestial conch shells. Verse 15 Sri Krishna Maharaj blew a conch shell named Panchjanya, Arjuna blew a conch shell named Devadatta, and Bhimasena, the doer of horrifying deeds, blew a great conch shell named Pond. Verse 16 King Yudhishthira, the son of Kunti, blew a conch shell named Anantavijay, Nakula and Sahadeva blew conch shells named Sughosar and Manipushpaka. Verses 17-18. The great archer, the king of Kashi, the great chariot warrior Shikhandi, Dhrishtdyumna, King Virat, the invincible Satyaki, King Drupada, the 5 sons of Draupadi, and the mighty armed Abhimyu, all of these, O king, blew their separate conch shells from all directions. Verse 19 And that tumultuous sound, resounding in the sky as well as on earth, pierced the hearts of Dhritarashtra's side. Verses 20-21. O king, after this, Arjuna, Kapidhvaja, seeing Dhritarashtra's relatives standing arrayed on the battlefronts, at the time of shooting of weapons, lifted his bow and said to Lord Krishna, O Achyuta, park my chariot in the middle of the 2 armies. Verse 22 Arjuna said, Until I can adequately see these warriors of the opposition, standing in the battlefield and desirous of war, I must know with whom I should fight in this battle. Verse 23 I shall see these fighters, these kings who have come to this army as well-wishers of the evil-minded son of Dhritarashtra, Duryodhana. Verses 2-25. Sanjay said, O Dhritarashtra, thus addressed by Arjuna, Maharaj Shri Krishna, having placed the magnificent chariot in the middle of the 2 armies in front of Bhishma, Drona, and all the kings, said, O Partha, behold these Kauravas assembled to fight. Verses 2-27. After this, Arjuna beheld paternal uncles, grandfathers, great-grandfathers, teachers, maternal uncles, brothers, sons, grandsons, friends, fathers-in-law, and well-wishers stationed in both armies. On seeing all those relatives present there, Kunti's son Arjuna. Verse 28 Arjuna said, filled with great compassion, while grieving, spoke these words, O Krishna. Seeing these kinfolk positioned in the battlefield, desirous of war. Verse 29 My limbs are becoming feeble, my mouth is drying up, my body is quivering, and my hair is standing on end. Verse 30. The Gandhi bow is slipping from my hand, my skin is burning intensely, my mind seems to reel, and I am unable even to stand. Verse 31. O Keshava, the omens I see appear only inauspicious, and I do not perceive any good in killing my kinfolk in battle. Verse 32. O Krishna, I desire neither victory, nor kingdom, nor pleasures. O Govinda, what is the use of such kingdom to us, and what is the benefit of such luxuries and even of life itself? Verse 33. For whose sake we desire kingdom, worldly enjoyments, and pleasures, they are all standing in this battle, having given up the desire for wealth and life. Verse 34. Teachers, paternal uncles, sons, and similarly grandfathers, maternal uncles, fathers-in-law, grandsons, brothers-in-law, and many other relatives. Verse 35. O Madhusudana, I do not want to kill all of these even if they kill me, or even for the kingdom of the three worlds, then what to say about the earth?
Verse 36. O Janardana, what happiness will we get by killing Dhritarashtra's sons? We will only accrue sin by killing these desperados. Verse 37. Therefore, O Madhava, we are not capable of killing our own relatives, Dhritarashtra's sons, because how will we be happy by killing our own family? Verses 38 to 39. Although these people, blinded by greed, do not see the fault arising from the destruction of family and the sin from being hostile towards friends, why should not we, who know the guilt arising from the destruction of family, think of turning away from this sin, O Janardana? Verse 40. With the destruction of the family, the ancient laws of the family are destroyed, and with the destruction of these laws, sin spreads throughout the entire family.
Verse 41. O Krishna, with the upsurge of sin, the women of the family become extremely corrupt, and O Varshnaya, when women become corrupt, offspring of mixed castes are born. Verse 42. The mixture of castes is responsible for taking the destroyer of the family and the family itself to hell. From the secret act of bodily pleasure, their descendants from the male-female seminal fluid and seed also decline. Verse 43. By these evil deeds of the destroyers of the family that give rise to mixed castes, the ancient laws of the family and the laws of the community become destroyed. Verse 44. O Janardana, those whose laws of family have become destroyed dwell in hell for an indefinite time. We have heard so. Verse 45. Alas, we people, even though wise, have become ready to commit great sin. We have become ready to kill relatives with the greed of kingdom and pleasures. Verse 46. If the sons of Dhritarashtra, with weapons in hand, kill me who is unarmed and unresisting in the battle, that death would be better for me. Verse 47. Having spoken thus in the battlefield, Arjuna, with his mind perturbed with grief, cast aside his bow and arrows and sat down on the rear end of the chariot. The significance and themes. The universal dilemma. Arjuna's predicament represents the universal human condition of moral and ethical dilemmas. He faces what scholars call the battle between duty and attachment, caught between his warrior duty, Kshatriya dharma, and his family obligations, Kula dharma. This conflict symbolizes the everyday struggles all humans face when personal emotions clash with professional or moral responsibilities. The battlefield as metaphor. Kurukshetra is not merely a physical battlefield but represents the battlefield of life itself. Every person stands in their own Kurukshetra, facing conflicts between their higher self and lower tendencies, between righteousness, dharma, and unrighteousness, adharma. The two armies symbolize the opposing forces within each human being, the divine qualities versus demonic tendencies. Arjuna's emotional breakdown. Arjuna's despair manifests at three levels: physical, kaika, verbal, vachika, and mental, manasa. His physical symptoms, trembling limbs, dry mouth, hair standing on end, burning skin, demonstrate how emotional turmoil affects the body. What appears as compassion is actually emotional attachment disguised as virtue. His desire is to avoid emotional pain, even if it means failing his duty as a warrior. The importance of attachment. The chapter illustrates four key problems that cloud Arjuna's judgment: samsara, worldly entanglement; raga, over-attachment; shoka, intense sorrow; and moha, delusion. His attachment to bodily relationships prevents him from understanding the eternal nature of the soul. The root of all conflict, as demonstrated by Dhritarashtra's opening words distinguishing mine versus yours, is the feeling of separateness. Setting the stage for Divine Wisdom Chapter 1 is crucial because it establishes the crisis that necessitates Krishna's teachings. Arjuna's confusion and his decision to surrender to Krishna as his guru transforms the charioteer into the teacher and the master into the disciple. Arjuna's despair becomes a yoga, union, because this sorrow takes him to God. Without this crisis, there would be no Bhagavad Gita. Historical context. The Mahabharata war at Kurukshetra was fought between the Pandavas, 5 brothers, sons of King Pandu, and the Kauravas, 100 brothers, led by Duryodhana, son of the blind King Dhritarashtra. After all peaceful negotiations failed, including attempts by Krishna himself, the war became inevitable. The Pandavas were unwilling participants fighting for their rightful kingdom that had been unlawfully seized. The role of key characters Dhritarashtra, the blind king, represents self-imposed blindness to truth and justice. His opening question reveals his attachment and bias, referring to, "my sons," versus, "the sons of Pandu," though both were equally his responsibility. Sanjay, blessed with divine vision by sage Vyasa, serves as the narrator who can see events at Kurukshetra from the palace 120 kilometers away in Hastinapur. He represents the objective witness consciousness. Duryodhana embodies insecurity born from unrighteousness. Despite having superior military strength, he lacks confidence because his cause is unjust and motivated purely by selfishness. Arjuna represents the sincere seeker caught in genuine moral confusion. His willingness to question and his readiness to learn make him the ideal disciple for Krishna's wisdom. Krishna, initially appearing as a charioteer, reveals himself as the supreme teacher who will guide Arjuna, and through him, all humanity, toward understanding duty, the nature of the soul, and the path to liberation. Conclusion. Chapter 1 of the Bhagavad Gita serves as the essential prelude to one of the world's greatest spiritual texts. It portrays the human crisis of facing difficult choices that can cause confusion, doubt, and fear. Arjuna's despair, his moral arguments against war, and his ultimate surrender to divine guidance represent the beginning of a transformative journey from ignorance to enlightenment. The chapter teaches us the importance of recognizing and addressing our inner conflicts, seeking guidance from higher wisdom, and ultimately taking action with clarity, purpose, and detachment. This timeless wisdom continues to offer guidance to anyone facing moral dilemmas in the battlefield of their own lives.